Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do the water sign readings. We're going to start with the lovely sign of Pisces. Okay, Pisces, first off, thank you for subscribing to my channel. It's fantastic to have you on board. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can hit the little subscription button and the bell downstairs and you'll be going all right. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, please keep in mind that they are only general readings. We're only picking up on the energy in the universe as it stands. But if you check out other aspects of your natal chart, such as your moon, your rising or ascendant, and or your Venus, you may get the story that you want to hear. If the reading does resonate with you, I ask that you give it a big fat thumbs up and help me to grow the channel. It's good karma and I thank you in advance. All right. We're going to use the Golden Tarot for your reading. And we have the Hierophant coming straight out. All right. So the Hierophant is a card that talks, this is the card of the High Priest. It talks about large organizations, governments, religion, tradition, all the things that are sort of more, I guess, more structured in society. It's a card that comes out for marriage or represents marriage or commitment. And it's definitely a card that represents, it also represents Taurus. But it's definitely a card that represents doing things the traditional way. Doing things from a structured perspective. All right, we have the Death card coming through. That's really interesting energy. So we move into Scorpio energy here. And the Death card talks about change. It talks about change that needs to happen before you move forward. Now, I find with the Death card, the change can be something that's enforced upon us. So, for example, a job becomes redundant, which is sort of a little bit like this energy here. Something that you have grown used to, that you've been with for a long time, is about to come to an end. Something that's brought a lot of stability into your life. Now, when the Death card comes as a choice, it can be that we're choosing to walk away from a relationship, a marriage, a job, some sort of situation here that we feel has gone full circle and doesn't serve us any longer. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. So it may be that you've been in a relationship, a job, a situation that you've held on to for a really long time. Maybe you've fought for this. Maybe you've wanted it so badly that you've fought really hard for it. But at the end of the day, some things just have to go. Some things just go. That's it. They have to die off. They have to finish and we have to let them go. And I feel like with this Seven of Wands, whatever this is for you, it's not been easy to recognize that this thing is done. It's not been easy for you to recognize it's just not worth being in anymore, that you've put a lot of energy into it and it's done, finished, over. We have had the Emperor coming out a lot today, and I really feel like some people are either letting a situation go, letting how would you say it? Maybe you've been hanging on to someone, waiting for them to come in, come back, be on your doorstep, whatever it is here. Maybe you're starting to realize now that you can't keep fighting for something and you're ready to let something go. It may be for your own stability here, but you're walking away from something. Now, for some of you, this could be a job. For others of you, it could be a relationship. And I would think with the Emperor there, it could be somebody that you wanted to build with, but wasn't ready or able to be with you. Let's have a look and see where we're going, Pisces. Wheel of Fortune. So we always say the Wheel of Fortune turns. You know, there is a time where the universe will say it's time to give up on something, it's time to move forward. Perhaps you've completed a karmic cycle. Perhaps something that you've put a lot of work and energy into isn't going anywhere. But whatever's happening here is the Wheel of Fortune is saying it's time to let it go. It's time to move forward. So I feel like you are being moved forward on your path here for whatever reason. Oh, we have the Lovers. All right, this is really interesting. I had the very similar energy come through in the What's Cracking this morning. I feel like some of you are being urged to move forward to make a choice in love. You may have been waiting for someone to make up their mind about you. You might have been waiting for somebody to make a choice about you. You could have been in a relationship where you're making a choice to walk away. But for me, this energy here is that a new opportunity is here for you and you're leaving something behind. Yep, look, Ace of Swords, you've realized a truth perhaps, and you've made some sort of decision here, some sort of decision to go towards something. This is really interesting energy. I feel like for many of you here that I'm speaking to, if this reading is resonating with you, you're letting something go to move towards something new. You've made some sort of choice here with this Wheel of Fortune. You've let go of something that's held you in place for a long time. Could have been a karmic cycle, could have been some sort of energy of you cycling something here. And you may have been going round and round and round with something and not realizing that you were on that wheel. Because you're making some sort of choice here to move away from something. Because there's either a truth coming through, or somebody new is showing you a truth. Maybe you're being shown your own value here. Maybe you're being shown your own worth. But something is about to be shown to you with the Ace of Swords. So something is changing. All right, we have the Two of Wands. You're moving in a completely new direction. Could be with a Cancer here. There's a lot of communication with this. Seven of Coins. You have waited for something to come in your direction. I see a lot of communication going forward here. A lot of forward movement here with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So you may have been stuck on that wheel for a while, unable to move forward. Let's get right into this. It's really interesting reading. You're letting go of something here. Ace of Wands tells me there is a brand new start opening up for you. I feel like for some of you it's love, but it could be a job as well. Something here is opening up for you. After you've persevered with something for a while, you've got off the hamster wheel. You've decided now, you've been going round and round with something for a really long time. You're stepping back and looking at things in a very different way. So maybe you were attached to a job or a partnership or a relationship because you were emotionally invested, but maybe you weren't looking at all the other things that were going on. So sometimes we can be emotionally invested in something and really love it, but it may not be good for us. And I feel like with that wheel, there is some sort of something you're letting go of here in order to move forward. The Hierophant says to me that you're leaving something behind. For some of you, I feel like it could be work. For others of you, this could be a marriage or a long-term commitment. There is definitely something being released here with the Death card. I feel like you've put a lot of work and energy into somebody here. This could be an Aries. But whatever it is, you're now starting to realize that you need your own stability. This isn't about stability with someone else. This is your own stability. And you're moving away from something. Look, there's disappointment and regret here. You may have had someone who was doing the wrong thing by you, but no matter what, you are starting to manifest a much better life, existence, whatever for yourself. We have Gemini energy coming through with Cancer energy in this reading. I feel like there is some sort of realization, some sort of choice here. You may have another relationship here with the Lovers card. You may be moving away from one situation into another. Maybe you've realized here that you don't want to make the choice. You want to stay on the hamster wheel. Maybe you like where you are. Maybe you love where you are. And even though it isn't good for you, maybe somehow or another you're feeling that's the best thing you can do for yourself. And that's okay too. But I feel like for others of you here, you're moving forward. You're choosing something. You're choosing yourself here. With this Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and this Two of Wands, you are moving in a completely new direction. And I feel like here you are letting something go. You're putting something down and you're choosing something over something. So Ace of Wands is something you feel very passionate about. So I'm feeling like for some of you, this may be, no, you're choosing yourself with the Nine of Coins. Wow, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Okay. So what I see here is there is some sort of situation here. There's the Tower as well. And the Two of Cups. You're choosing yourself. You're going after new love here. The Devil has come out in reverse. Wow, I love that. You've let go of something. You've let go of a cycle. You've let go of a negative way of thinking. You've released something here. You've released some old way of doing things. You may have been in negative relationships. You may have been in negative jobs. Maybe you've started to realize, because you're taking a brand new path. Now, for some of you, this is Capricorn Scorpio energy here. For some of you, I feel like it's moving away from someone to move towards a new relationship. But for others of you, I feel like you're moving away from an old way of doing things into a good relationship. You may have had like really toxic situations in your past. You may have had toxic energies. You may have been in a toxic situation. But I feel like this is you changing rather than leaving. It's like you're choosing to let something go and go after something that's right for you, rather than... It almost feels like you've been settling for things based in your own value, but now you've done the work. Now you understand who you are. You're moving towards situations that serve who you are now. And I feel like for some of you, you're letting go of some sort of toxic energy here with the past. The Tower says to me you're rebuilding yourself, especially with this 9 of coins. Letting go, rebuilding. You're moving forward very quickly now. And I feel like for some of you, this is a new relationship. But you are no longer tolerating this toxic energy that you've got yourself into before. All right, let's pull you an oracle card, Pisces. It's interesting because I got the card of Yang out, which is the card of taking action and by the book. All right, I'm going to do 2 cards because it's necessary. I feel like I need to double check. By the book is number 11. So maybe some of you are leaving a toxic relationship to move towards a twin flame or another situation here. But you're taking action here, but you're doing things by the book. So it may be if you're leaving a relationship, you're doing things in the correct way. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs and universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles. This is all about karma, that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behaviour, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book. It's really interesting energy. Well, Pisces, I'll leave you with that. It's a very sort of different energy here. I feel like I want to dig deeper with it, especially after reading that. I feel like you've done some sort of you've ended some sort of karmic energy here. You've walked away from something, especially with this Devil card in reverse. And the Tower here. There is something you've changed about the way you see your world. You've released some pattern with the Wheel of Fortune, some sort of energy of releasing an old pattern, and you're seeing the truth now with the Ace of Swords. But you're letting go of something. And I feel like for some of you, I have the Lovers and the Two of Cups here. You may be like going into a new relationship. You may be ready to go into a new relationship because you've left some sort of toxic patterns behind. Now, for some of you, you may be moving to a relationship that you have perhaps resisted for a while because of the situation you were in, or maybe you didn't really feel that it was the right way for you to go. But you're definitely releasing some sort of toxic pattern here, something that's perhaps held you back. And when I see these, I feel like these cards here are talking about doing things by the book. This is about like serving your karma out, doing the right thing by yourself. And this is about taking action. So maybe you're taking action towards somebody or something here because you've released something now from the past that's held you back from having what you truly want. Maybe you have a different idea or a different way of doing things now. But whatever this is, you're choosing to move towards it here with these two cards. So I'll leave you with that. Thanks, Pisces.